It's Thursday, everybody. It is time for Obliterating Obstacles. Normally I draw randomly from the spin, but we're not going to do that today. We have pre-selected. You have voted. You have decided what we're going to spend time on the next few. Because what matters to me is that you are making improvements and that you are obliterating the obstacles that you are throwing in front of your journey to better videos. But first, before we get into that, it's dance party time. Come on, join in with me. Have some fun with me. Dance party time. I don't know about this music, but I have to share this while we're dancing, while we're letting loose. As soon as the music started, Otis comes running in here, busting in here, yelling at me. So I don't know if that means he likes the music or he doesn't like the music. Okay, today, what are we talking about today? Let me turn it on. Today we are talking about this bad boy. I don't make the time nor prioritize going live. We're starting with this one because this is a real issue that a lot of you face. I get it. I totally get it. Okay. So what is the real issue? Just being real for a moment. The first thing I would tell you to do is you got to get out your shovel and you need to dig deeper on this, because chances are it's not really about not having time. There's something else going on. There's something else that is driving you to say, oh, I'm too busy. I don't have time. Maybe later, whatever it is. So I want to know from you in the comments, what are the excuses you're throwing in your path? What are the things that come up when you're like, okay, I need to go live, gonna do it. But what is coming up? Throw some of those in the comments. Here's the answer. And you're not going to like this one. Until you dig it out, until you figure out what's really going on, it's going to keep coming up. It's going to keep haunting you. It's going to keep getting in the way. It's going to keep stopping you. So I'm going to assume for a second, I'm going to make an assumption that you know that going live and showing up on video is important for you and your business. You know all the reasons why. So I'm not going to cover that today. But if you're out there going, no, you know what? Maybe I don't know that. Then let's have a conversation. Okay. So let's just assume you know why it's important and you genuinely want to do it. Now you're just throwing all these obstacles in the way. Okay. So what are the obstacles that are coming up for you? And we're going to just kind of go through some of them. I'm going to ask you some real tough questions, but that's what it's all about. Right? If we don't dig it out, it's going to keep haunting you. It's going to keep haunting you. Here's what I want you to consider. Oh, let's see. We got some comments coming in. Hang on. They all lit up there. Okay. Distractions. Sari says distractions. Stephanie says, pick one, all the above. Yep. Okay. Kimber says motivation, knowing what to talk about, forgetting to go live. Okay. Kids get in the way. Day job gets in the way. I like this one from Robin. Meal prep for an army. She has an army. Okay. These are all the things that you're throwing in your way, but is that a real issue? Let me give you this perspective. I want you to consider for a second that you have a client who has paid you for time and you now have that, you're going to have a call. Let's say you have a call here in the next half an hour. Right? Would you ever say, I'm distracted. I can't do this. I'm too busy. I forgot. I don't know what I would talk about with that client. I don't have any motivation. My kids are going to need me. So sorry, client. we're not going to be able to do that today. Right? Would you ever do those things? No, you wouldn't, because this is a paid client. But why? Why wouldn't you do it? And why do you allow those excuses to stop you from going live? That's a really good question for you to answer, because you're probably going to dig something up here that's really the issue. Really the issue. Bam! I love it, Sherry. Bam. Okay. So how is that different? That's probably a really good question to move into like next steps. I really want you to spend time. I would sit here for 20 minutes with you guys digging into this, but I'm going to trust that you're going to dig into your own issues and you're going to ask yourself why, and keep asking yourself why until you get to the root issue. Okay. Hopefully you've had a light bulb moment like Sherry did, and you're like, okay, client calls, I prioritize. Going live, no. Why? Why do you put a priority on those client calls? Why do you show up for them? Why do you not let the excuses get in the way? Why do you not cancel on them? What are the characteristics of that work that makes you go, yep, I'm going to be there for that? I'm waiting. I want to see what you say. Comment below. What is it about a client call that makes it different? Okay, Sherry says money, 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 right? They're paying me, so I'm going to show up. Okay, they are depending on me, right? Okay, good. I like it. What else you got? Money, depending, counting on you. It's scheduled, right? You could kind of go into that with that piece. Any other thoughts? How is a client call different? Okay, you ready for the next question? Once you answer that question, how can you take, okay, Kimber says accountability, for sure, for sure. How then can you apply those characteristics to going live? How do you make going live in your mind, on your schedule, whatever else it is, as important as a client call that you would never walk away from? You'd never just come up with excuses on those, right? Sherry says it's the same thing. Yeah, all these things that we're talking about here, you can apply. You kind of got to trick your mind a little bit. You got to trick your brain, right? Okay, so let's kind of take these one by one. Is there money? Can I make money by going live? Yeah, you can. That's called lead generation. Okay. If you're not lead generating, if you're not putting yourself out there, if you're not being visible, you're not going to bring in new clients who are going to pay you. So there's a money connection there. Okay. They're depending on you. Aren't your followers depending on you? Don't your followers want what it is that you're sharing with them? Your words of wisdom, your encouragement, your motivation, your inspiration, your tips, your whatever else it is. Let's talk about accountability. How do you pull accountability into going live? I'm going to give you a recommendation on this one here in a second, but you can hold yourself accountable to it. I promise. Okay. Really do some digging and figure out what is it about client calls that makes me show up for them? And how do I apply that to this whole idea of going live? I promise you the answer is in there. Okay. Ooh, Kim has an idea, an accountability partner. Yeah, for sure. For those of you in the Go Live League, we do an accountability call every Monday. We hold ourselves accountable. Join us for $1 if you want. Come every Monday. I've got all sorts of resources, which I'll talk about here in a second as well. Okay. First of all, what you want to do is make sure that you are crystal clear on your big why. Why are you going live? It should be so powerful and so strong that those excuses are just like, you just easily swat them away like you would a gnat, because you are so committed and so focused on your reason for doing it. Okay, that's number one. Number two is you got to be consistent. The consistency is key. You get in a habit. It's like anything else, a diet, exercise, a hobby, classes, whatever you're going to do. When you are consistent with it, it sticks. You're forming a habit. Okay. The other part of consistency gets into what Kim was talking about here about the depending on and the accountability. Okay. One of the best things that you can do is schedule your live, make it public, put it out there, create an event, tell everybody who's following you that you're going to be live on such and such a date at such and such a time. That'll hold you accountable. You put it out there. They're depending on you. They're going to show up. They've put it in their calendar, so they're going to be there. You're going to bail on them? You're not gonna. You just won't. It becomes its own built-in accountability partner because you know your people are counting on you. Okay? The consistency piece here is, I lost you there. I don't know if I'm back or not back. My internet is unstable. Okay. I'm going to keep going. If I lose you, I'll re-record this part. Okay. So we were talking about, what were we talking about? Scheduling it, putting it out there, making it public. People will show up for it, right? Okay. They're going to expect it. When you're consistent with it, when you say, I'm going to show up every Thursday at 12 Central Standard Time, people put it in their calendar and they know you're going to show up at that time. It's built-in accountability. Okay. Last thing that you want to do for yourself is make it easy. Make it easy. I think so often we overcomplicate it and we make it this hard thing and we make this big, scary, ugly monster in the corner of the room that we don't want to do. And if you make it easy, you're going to be like, oh, well, I can do this. Okay. What are some ways you can make it easy? I would love for you guys to share some comments. How can you make this easier on you? Okay. I will give you one. We do it every Thursday. I draw from a bin. There's no prepping. There's no planning. I'm randomly drawing and I talk about this item. Okay. If you don't like the randomly draw in advance and tell yourself, I'm going to prep 3 things I'm going to talk about in this 5-minute live or whatever it is. Oftentimes when it's easier, when you think about a client, you think, well, I'm responding to their needs. They're going to ask me questions. I'm going to give my advice. Well, do that in your life. Ask for ideas up front. What do you all want me to talk about? What would help you with your business? What are your common challenges, problems, issues, whatever else it is? They'll give you a whole bunch. Go live on each one of those topics randomly. Just pick it up and talk about it. You know what you're doing. You can just speak from the heart. Make it easy on yourself, at least to get started. Okay. I think it's important at this point to reshare my philosophy. Okay. You got to start. You gotta suck, and then you get better. There's no skipping. And so often we don't start because we don't want to suck. And oftentimes we don't do this. We don't make time. We don't prioritize it because we don't want to suck. I'm telling you, suck now. Suck now when you don't have a whole lot of people tuning in live. And then they're going to be better. If you don't believe me, go and Google Tony Robbins' early videos, and you will see a dynamic difference between his videos today and his videos from there. Huge difference. Start, suck, get better. Okay? Now, Tammy says, I'm good at the sucking part, excited to suck less. Yes. Okay? How do you suck less? The more you do it, the more you practice it, the easier it gets. The more skills that you learn, especially for those of you, well, I mean, you're learning stuff inside here, inside of the Facebook group. If you're not in my Facebook group, come and join us. And for those of you that are in the Go Live League, you're learning something every month. If you apply what you learn, you're going to get better. The problem is you often don't take the time to apply it. If that's what's going on, for those of you in the Go Live League, join me tomorrow. We're going to talk about maximizing your membership. We're going to talk about how do you make sure that you're moving the needle forward and that you're learning things and you're improving and you're practicing and then you're getting better. Okay. You can go live in this Facebook group as often as you like, as long as you are setting the expectation that you're practicing something. That's the only rule. Okay. So if you want a safe place to practice in and you want feedback, there's no limits. Go live every day. I don't care. Okay. Jeannie says, ugly early. Yes. Tony Robbins, ugly early. I mean, he's always been good. Don't get me wrong. But you will definitely see a different comfort level and a different communication style between early days and later days. Okay. Let's talk about some resources that are available for you. Okay. I think, who was it? Somebody said it earlier. Hold on. Where was it? Kim said it. Knowing what to talk about. Okay. We are going to cover that in depth next Tuesday. So all of the topics that you guys voted on, next week, we're going to cover 2. We're going to replace Tuesdays with this because I want to make sure that we're getting through the obstacles that are getting in your way. This month, we're halfway through the year. Let's get through them. Okay. So next week, Tuesday, we're going to talk about what to talk about. Next week, Thursday, we're going to talk how to talk about it. Okay. And if you want some real good practice, we're going to do the Go Live Challenge at the end of this month. It's the end of July, last week in July. So register now. Make sure you're on the email list so you get all the communications, but we do it inside the Get on Camera Facebook group. It's a lot of fun. It's 5 days of fun and learning and practice and less sucking because you're going to get better. If you do 5 in a row from your first one to your last one, I promise you, you will see a difference and you will feel a difference. Okay. So other things that are available to you every week inside the Facebook group. So those of you that are on the Facebook group, come on over. What are you doing? What are you waiting for? It's free. Every week you're going to get two things. You're going to get a topic prompt. So this whole idea of, I don't know what to talk about, I'm giving it to you one a week. I'm going to give it to you. You don't even have to think about it. You just have to go live on that topic. Second thing I'm going to do every week, I just dropped it this morning, every Thursday, we're going to practice some improv skills. And improv is fun. It is so fun, but we're going to keep it super, super simple. Okay. The way that the improv is, I'm going to give you a random topic, like let's say a dog pillow. This is Franklin. Let's say it's a mouse. I'm just grabbing random things, a pen, whatever else it is. I'm going to give you a random object and you're going to think, how would I connect that into my business? When you develop this skill, your communication, your ability to communicate with words, your ability to be creative, all of that's going to be developed the more that you do it. So one a week, I'm going to give you that. And if you want, use that as inspiration, go live and talk about it. Connect that into your business. Whatever you come up with in the improv exercise, go live on it. Now you've got two things every week that you can go live on. Okay. So the resources are there. You just got to use them. Just got to use them. Okay. The other thing that I want to share in terms of resources is I'm going to create a new appointment type. I don't know what to call. I mean, I know I'm going to call it, but now I've just butchered that. Okay. I'm going to call it powwow. So if you want to powwow with me, where we talk about this stuff, we talk about what obstacles are getting in your way and we get rid of them, or we brainstorm all of the different things you can talk about, or we brainstorm how to connect random things into your business, any of the things that we've talked about, book a powwow hour with me. Doesn't that sound fun? I think like that sounds like a fun use of time. A powwow. Let's do a powwow. I don't know that I'm going to call it that. That's just what came to me this morning. I was like, I need to name this something fun. So powwow is what came to me. We'll see if it sticks or not. I'll probably go into ChatGPT later and see what he has to say. But right now, the month of July, all one-on-ones with me, including the powwow, are 50% off. 50% off, you guys. That means that hour is going to be $63.50. For $63.50, we're going to get rid of what's getting in your way so that you can go live and be comfortable going live and get on with it. We can brainstorm topics. We can do whatever it is that's going to help you do what you're in here for, right? You join this group. Again, if you're not in my group, come on, because you want to get better at videos. So let's get you better at videos for $63.50. Don't forget the 50 cents. Okay, enough on all of that. What do you think of the improv? So Sherry likes improv in general. It is hilarious to watch improv, for sure. I'm going to work on a link. I'll get a link out today. Do you like the powwow? Do you like the name? I'm thinking it's going to stick. We'll go with it now. And then you're going to use coupon code July50. Coupon code July50 to get your 50% off. Okay, Tammy likes the improv idea. Okay, we've had this in the past and it kind of just fizzles. So you guys have to help me keep it going. You got to engage with me. Jeannie likes powwow too. Okay, you guys like this. All right. So now this is where I need your help. If these are ideas and resources that you guys like, then you got to use them. You got to engage with them so that we make sure that everybody gets to see them. Okay, so comment, love it, comment, helps feed the algorithm. You guys know how this works. All right. So today we have been talking about, I don't make time for it and I don't prioritize it. Okay. Bottom line, this is a bunch of hooey is what this is. It's a bunch of hooey. You are putting excuses in front of yourself for some reason. Something's coming up there. And I would encourage you to dig into that. If you need help, reach out. I love to talk about this stuff. I love to ask questions, but keep digging deeper. And Jeannie says, it is fear. Those excuses are fear, for sure. But what are you fearing? That's what you've got to figure out. What do you fear? Keep digging. Keep asking yourself why. Okay. So let's use this as an example. Okay. So Jeannie said, it's fear. The excuses are fear. Okay. Why do I fear that thing? Answer that question. 5 layers deep is what your goal is. That's really your objective. I can talk all day about being consistent, putting it on a schedule and putting it out there and practicing and all of those things. And all of those things are important. But until you dig deep into this core issue, guess what? you're going to keep throwing those excuses in front of you. Stop with the excuses. Get some help. Book a powwow with me. Let's figure this out once and for all. We're halfway through the year. If we can fix this now, imagine what the next 6 months can be for you. Imagine what it can be if you are comfortable and confident and showing up and going live and talking with your people and booking calls and getting them to sign up for stuff, for your freebies, for whatever else, because this obstacle is no longer in your way. It's no longer in your way. Oh, I love what you guys are saying here. I love what you're saying. Okay, Kim is throwing up some more obstacles. Kim, we got to dig into this. These are all good things that you're coming up with. But why? And this is not just on Kim. I'm not gonna put them on screen. You all can, those of you that are in the group, you can see it in the chat or in the comments. Okay. The question to all of those, any of the excuses that you keep coming up with is, so what? So what? It's a hard question. It's a hard question to answer because it means you got to go deep and you got to figure out why that's really an issue. Okay. I'm going to use one that nobody shared just simply because I don't want to put anybody on the spot. So maybe the thing that you fear is nobody's going to show up. Nobody's going to show up. I'm going to go live and nobody's going to show up. So what? Okay. So what if nobody shows up? Okay. Well, so what if nobody shows up? Well, if nobody shows up, then why? What? Maybe I am wasting my time. Okay. Why do I feel like it's a waste of time? Because I'm going live to nobody. Okay. Why is that an issue? Because it's awkward. It's hard to go live when there's nobody to interact with. Okay. So what can you do about it? Why is that awkward? Keep digging until you figure out what's really at the root core. Right. I think Jeannie's right. It is absolutely fear of something. It is fear of something. So let's figure out what it is and let's obliterate that sucker so that you can do what you're meant to do. Okay? Okay. You didn't think today was going to be a therapy session, did you? But you know what? Here's the deal. If you don't dig in and figure out what is causing these excuses, you won't ever do it. You'll always come up with, I don't have time. I can't prioritize. I got too many things going on. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for playing with me. Thank you for supporting the name, the powwow, and the improv. I love it. I love it. So go check out the improv post in the group today and have some fun with it. Tie it into your business. Flex those muscles a little bit. And join me for the next 5 Tuesdays and Thursdays. We are going to do this with the top 5 obstacles that are coming up. I actually may pull some of these things that have come into chat here and pull them in as best as we can. We might have to do more sessions. I don't know. We may have to do more to bust through this because I am determined. I am like a dog with a bone on this. I'm on a mission. We are halfway through the year. Let's all vow no more excuses. Let's get over the excuses because as soon as you start going live, as soon as you start being visible to your people, they'll know who you are. They'll love you. They'll connect with you. They'll want to buy from you. All of those great things. Let's end it. Come on. You know what would be really cool right now is if I had a lighter and I lit this sucker on fire. Wouldn't that be cool? But I don't have that. How about if I just do this? Okay, here we go. No more excuses. No more excuses. No more excuses. No more excuses. You with me? You guys with me? All right. I think this was a good session. I feel very cleansed. I hope you do too. Okay, this is driving me crazy. My camera's being wonky as heck. There we go. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your Thursday. For those of you that are in the Go Live League, we have networking here at 1 o'clock Central. And tomorrow we have Maximize Membership at same time. 1 o'clock both days. So I hope I'll see you at both of those. If you're not in the Go Live League, come and join us. Your first month is $1. $1. All right, everybody. Have a great Thursday. Talk to you soon. And remember, no more excuses. No more excuses. No more.